I got friends in low places. All right, let's relax. We don't want to get too carried away with country songs. Tanya from Sale Creek, Tennessee. Thank you. Don said a lie. He didn't talk about Julian Assange. Let's get into it since we got 1,200 people. Thank you guys so much. And also I want to say thank you for supporting my last video about the caravan. It's one of my most popular videos yet. I think it has like almost 90,000 shares in like 24 hours or so. It's crazy. It got 1 million views within 10 hours and it's being shared everywhere. And it's cool because I just want people to consider that perspective. We're so easily manipulated by emotions and thoughts and how we feel that it's hard for everybody on both sides to take a step back sometimes and at least process all the information. And it happens both ways. But nowadays, I just find that the mainstream media is going like all out on Trump and it's really skewing the political line. So thank you guys for supporting that video. Another viral video in the books. We do it big here. The first story of the day is about Twitter going full Orwellian. I mean, I always think it's not possible for them to get more extreme and Orwellian. If you guys don't know, George Orwell wrote the novel, I believe 1984. A lot of this stuff's coming true. They have a crazy terms and condition on Twitter that they don't actually abide to. That's the weirdest part. It's like they don't even follow their own laws. They say it's hateful to talk about gender identity, this, that, the other, race, religion, sports, weather. I don't even know what they don't want you to talk about anymore. But they added recently that if you call, like, misname someone, or it's called dead naming, or misgender somebody, that it's like the highest of the high hate speech, and they're really looking out for that, like dead naming or dead gendering. I don't even know what the heck it is. So first of all, they've been, Laura Loomer got suspended, this dude Kelly got suspended, Fox News anchor, Free Thought Project got suspended, which is more left-leaning, like conspiracy type, like, you know, going real deep type stuff. I actually like them a lot. They don't even like Trump, which is fine. It's like to each their own, but they got suspended. It's like they use Trump as a scapegoat and then suspend both sides. Anyway, the weirdest suspension ever came today when a user named Jessica Jane, who's a transsexual, her name is TS Jessica Jane, got suspended. And here's what she got suspended for saying. She was talking to another transgender woman and said, or man, whatever, I don't want to misgender, I just don't know what people prefer. She said, "No, you're not. We are males who want to be perceived as women. That's a very different subject. It's on us to try to look the part." So this is a transgender woman or man. I think this one wants to be called a man. So this is a transgender man or woman who's talking to another transgender, having a debate about transgenderism. I mean, we don't, it's so mind-blowing, but if you're a transgender, don't you want different transgenders to have like intelligent discussion? Like the one's like, "No, I'm a woman." And then this one's like, "No, you're a man perceived as a woman. That's what we want to be." She got banned off of Twitter for literally having a conversation with another transgender woman about not being a woman. I mean, it's absolutely insane. Me personally, my thoughts on it are, one, I think science is probably on her side, the one that got suspended. You know, man, woman, your sexual organs being like what defines you by science. I think, you know, now they're banning science, but I'm open-minded because I'm not transgender. So me personally, my thoughts are, I don't know how someone else is feeling. I can't jump into their minds, so I truly believe if there can be like Siamese twins with two necks, like do humans have two necks? No, but there's some babies that are like little, you know, they got two heads coming out, so it's like maybe there's some boys who are supposed to be girls. Like I don't doubt the story of a transgender, like that's not my deal. So it's like I don't care, but if one transgender says she's a man and it tells the other woman that she's a man, or she gets suspended. And the craziest part is this transgender was like, I went on her Instagram. Her name's Jessica Jane. She doesn't have that many followers. Maybe she'll get more now. She started out her Instagram and she was pro Hillary Clinton and anti Steve Bannon. So she seemed like she voted for Hillary or he. And then you get to like the top of it and the transgender woman or man, whatever gender she wants, I don't want to get suspended off the internet. And I'm not doing this to be sarcastic. I literally don't know what to call this one because she said she's a guy, but I don't want to say he. I usually say her. It's getting weird. But towards the top of her Instagram, she started realizing that she was like more centrist libertarian. She had political posts where she found that the politician that she agreed with most was Trump, Ted Cruz, and Michelle Bachmann. And the politicians she agreed with the least were Obama and Hillary. So like she started finding out she was like a libertarian trans. She literally starts talking like a libertarian trans and then gets kicked off of Twitter Because once again, I'm just going to say it. Twitter and liberals and progressives of the modern era, if you're a normal one, then that's why you're here. We're having a real conversation that you could respect, but they don't actually care about women and children and transgender. It's like Caitlyn Jenner said, it was harder for her to come out as a Republican than it was to be transgender. So imagine that. You're coming out and you're saying, I'm going to maybe chop my genitals off and switch genders and get breast implants. And people treat you better than you saying, hey, I like low taxes and less regulations, and I like Trump. I don't know. I think he might be a good president. People are like, you could chop your dick off quicker than you could say that you like low taxes and personal freedom. It's absolutely an insane climate. And that's what happened to this transgender. Before I move to the next story, I just want to remind people and really ingrain it like just to throw it out there. They don't care about women, they don't care about children, and they don't care about transgenders. They use them as political pawns, as shields, similar to what a terrorist organization does. They put women and children on the front line, so if you attack them, they say, oh my God, you attacked women and children, and then they run to CNN and other media. They do the same thing ideologically. They hide their ideas behind transgenders until there's a transgender who doesn't agree with their idea, and then they literally kick them out of existence. It's like saying, someone on Twitter, I forget who it was, had a good analogy. If you have the biggest building in the city because you knocked every other building down, I think it was Brandon Straka from the Walkaway movement, you don't have the biggest building. Oh, I knocked every other building down. Oh, I got the biggest building. Yeah, because you're a psychopath that knocked everyone else out of the way. This is what Twitter's doing. I don't know. They have like a deranged staff of like feminists and crazy like transgenders with 50 million cats. And that's no disrespect to transgenders, because the transgenders that try to have an intelligent discussion or disagree, they don't even like them. So that's all I ask before I move on. Stop pretending like you like women. Stop pretending like you like all children. Stop pretending like you like transgenders in the LGBT community. You want people to agree with your very narrow-minded, foolish agenda. And if somebody even has an opposing argument, you rip them out of existence. This is like 1984, but it's 2018. Congratulations, Twitter. You're an embarrassment of yourself, and you could tell if you read their featured news stories. They're absolutely pathetic and insane. And what makes me upset about this is I can handle it. But 14 and 15-year-old kids are growing up reading Twitter headlines because they have like a hallucinogenic staff of like complete morons. You know, these are the kids that you're going to ruin their life, feeding them victim mentality and all these other mindsets that literally bring you down, because that's where they want you to go down. Do you notice their hierarchy? With me, it's all love. With them, it's like, are you a Muslim paralyzed black woman? You're like, no, I'm like part Puerto Rican, Italian, Spanish, Polish. Like, I'm just like a light-skinned guy. And they're like, oh, well, you're a bad person. I'm like, what? Like, it's a race to the bottom. They want you to be more pathetic. They want you to be like hurt. And that's no disrespect to paraplegic. I have somebody said he watches me with the family. Shout out. He has a brain tumor. You know, it's all love. I'm just saying that's the left's ideology. They want you weak. You know, it's not like, oh, this happened, I'm going to get better. I'm, you know, doing stuff. It's like they want like the worse you are. Like they want to like frame you in the worst light and like punch you to the ground and then be like, oh, you're our hero now. It's just creepy. Like, I don't care who you are, race, religion, gender, like mental or physical disabilities. Like, it's all love. We all got issues. We all have problems. This world's a crazy, weird place. But I just don't know what they're doing anymore on the left. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's like a parody of a parody of a parody. It's like Twitter's like the Onion now, but they don't know that they're doing it. They're like, don't tell me I'm fake. I'm going to delete you out of existence. You're like, what are you doing? All right. Next story is about The Guardian. Today they published